two things that we're going to be focusing about in this class. For the first 4 lessons,
Oh shit.
to build, so props, terrain. If you guys have seen the class info, you're going to know what I'm talking about. And for the other half of the class, it's all going to be CV2 and a bit of CV1. So before we start teaching, I'm just going to go ahead and say all the things that you need to know about this class. Please be sure to not grief anything, because this class is moderated by the Rec Room community team, which includes Marisa, Clarity, and Trunks. Trunks is the main person who moderates pretty much all the official classes, so any grief or anything that's against the code of conduct will be sent to him, and unfortunately you'll have to be banned. So, George. Yeah. But yeah,
it's a game design class on Rec Room, so I'm going to be making games.
And the second thing is the attendance. So the attendance is, if you miss more than 2 classes without an excuse, you're going to have to be kicked out. I will send you a message before kicking you out, obviously, to let you know that you have been kicked out. But if you have to miss a class with an excuse, a valid excuse, please message me or any of the teachers. I'm mostly active on Discord pretty much every day, so try and message me if you ever have the chance. And that is pretty much it. And yeah, about the griefing thing, it's all, like have fun. It's okay. Like you don't need to be all serious about it. We can have our fun moments, but again, yeah, no griefing. So no deleting stuff, no moving around. We can have it out. We can talk. So yeah, it's all good. So can you guys hear me without the microphone? Do I have voice call?
Yep.
You can. All right. So for the first lesson. For the first lesson, we're going to be introducing ourselves. So the teachers first, and then the students.
Is it alright
I can't.
Dooley.
Hello, fella.
Your brother? Did he sign up for this class?
Harry, do you have Discord?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, if he didn't know, if he didn't sign up, then he has to leave. It's too late now.
Alright, Harry,
Discord,
go
what?
on to Discord, and what's the server name?
He can't sign up now,
Game
the
design
signs are full.
Yeah,
sign up's closed. Sign up's closed. Yeah.
Run, Bumberclaw.
I mean, no, this is the first class. I missed any. I can put you in.
Sink, catch the chocolate. Sink,
yeah,
catch
you
the
can
chocolate.
stay in here,
Ready?
and then after the class, make sure to be in the Discord server, and I'll put you in.
Will
Catch
do.
Everybody get chocolate.
Hey, can I
Chocolate. I want chocolate.
Yeah, everybody get a chocolate.
Come on,
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
let's start
everybody
the
on
class,
one
please.
thing, on one stage and
Harry,
be
next
quiet,
to me.
please.
Harry, come next to me.
Yeah, I was talking about.
What?
No
Can I come over here?
distractions,
Because I can barely hear you.
There's a chocolate
You
underneath
can
you.
barely
Dooley.
hear me? Okay, yeah, sure.
And there's
Oh,
one
that
underneath
too,
you,
fella.
and there's a chocolate on your floor.
Alright, so for the first part of the lesson, we're going to be introducing ourselves first, teachers, and then the students. We're going to start from my right and then move on to the left. Everyone can come over here and say whatever they want to say, even if it's just a hello. You don't have to come up here, don't want to. You can just wave from your stage, you can just pass it on to the next person. So, hello everyone, my name is Mythical. I make games in Rec Room. I mainly use CV1 and CV2. I just started to get into CV2 about 3 weeks ago, and I did a lot of pretty cool stuff with it. It's pretty interesting what you can CV2. A couple of games such as Cooking Madness, MC Rack Pixel, PT Silent Hill, and Rad Rap Battles. They're all
You made P.
that I made.
PT Silent Hill.
Yeah, but I got some difficulties happening with me and with the owner, and I got my code paid off.
Okay.
But I did help make that game, which is pretty cool. So that's all you have to know about me. I will be teaching gadgets in this class. So,
Nice.
George?
Okay, hello guys, my name's George. I'm going to be the good building teacher in this class.
No, I don't already.
No, that's false.
That's false.
Okay, anyway, I love to build. You can check out some of my rooms. I've made rooms such as non-famous rooms, but okay. Be sure to check them out. Sometimes I'll be having a lot of laughs, so you know, to make this class more
Yeah, George
entertaining.
is the funny guy. He's a funny guy in this
Yeah.
class.
No, he's not funny.
Yes, he is.
He's not funny.
It's funny looking.
Raise your hand if you exactly. Okay, anyway, one more rule, don't spawn in consumables because it can distract people.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, George. Jamie?
Hi guys, I'm Jamie. I tend to build a lot of rooms with George, and then with Myth. Myth does a lot of the gadgets for our rooms. I've been playing since 2019. I've been building the whole time. Got a few maps with over 30k visits. Me and George had a featured room. Yeah, check them out.
Featured rooms.
I hope you... I wasn't involved in the other one because you didn't invite me, but never mind. Yeah, hope you enjoy the class, and hope you all stick around for the whole semester.
Bossing. Hey Dan. I'm Dan. Again, I'm on the building side of the maker pen. So yeah, it's 3 building teachers and 1 gadget teacher. George is starting to get the hang of gadgets. Anyway, this is not my first time teaching. I've taught 2 other classes. I'm an assistant teacher in this class. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alright, so I hope that was enough for you guys to get to know us. And I'm interested
Now it's your turn.
To know you as well. Yeah, now it's your turn. So we're going to start on my right. So we're going to start from Harry, I believe his name was. That's what I heard. So if you want to come up here and say whatever you want, come up here to the microphone.
Right. Hello, my name's Harry. And yeah, pretty much that's it.
Hello, Harry.
Epic.
Alright. Duali, you wanna come in?
Yeah, sure. Hey everyone, my name's Dooley. Happy to meet you all, and I'm excited to start working at, well, not working, but learning at Game Design Academy. Oh god, that's awkward. Which went off. But I'm happy to be learning with you all, and also with a drifting joystick. It's very annoying.
I can
Cool.
go
Right.
see.
I'm
It's
happy
very
that
nice.
you joined this class. Okay, Fresh. Wanna come in?
Alright. From Fortnite.
Hi, my name's Fresh. I've made a couple of small rooms, like the late night podcast. I've been playing since May, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And yeah, I know a bit about circuits and gadgets. So yeah, that's me.
Alright, that's nice. So can we have Rock Dread? Can you come up here?
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. My phone went off.
Hi, I'm Dredge. But you guys can call Alex if you want, and I really want to build a chandelier.
Alright, yeah, we might be able to help you with that in the props lesson.
I can't build
so
something.
If you can incorporate it into the game, then that's fine.
I don't know how to make it, I just want to build it.
Oh wait, Alyssa, do you wanna come here?
I got confused at the start of the class, and I was like, what the...
Yeah, just my
Snoring shit.
Climb up.
I like building and
Epic.
I draw stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah,
Penis.
cool.
Can you see the microphone in the back?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she has a make pen just stabbed into her
She's
back.
been stabbed in the back.
Okay, can we have Sync Proline?
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, I'm pro. I like building monsters. Basically, I like building monsters. Monsters are
My
cool.
guy. My guy.
Yeah, guys, just a quick note. If George ever says "my guy," he basically means this. Come on, George, let's give them a quick demonstration. My guy.
Wait,
Come on, George.
hit me up, hit me up. Hit me up.
I already know this, bro. I'm British.
There
Everyone
we
who's
go.
British knows this.
Yep, I know that.
Exactly.
I know that.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
yeah. Jimbob,
Yay!
come here.
Let's go.
Jimbob, you wanna come up here?
Okay.
Jimbob.
Hi, I'm Jim Bob, and I'm a YouTuber, and I also like drawing. And I came to this class to make horror games, because, well, horror is my jam, as my parents like to say. So, yeah, bye.
subscribe to Jimbob.
Yeah, subscribe.
Oh dear, listen. Oh god.
Okay, it's been a pleasure to get to know you guys, and I'm excited to teach you all and
I don't
see
think
how
he-
you progress during this.
Oh yeah, I did.
So, you guys, do you have a question?
Yeah, is this gonna be happening like every time, like at the same time, or is it gonna be happening at different times?
Yeah, so for class 2, it's on Wednesday. You guys are going to be starting lesson same time as today, but you know, consider we had some complications, we were 15 minutes late, but at the same time every single lesson. Okay, so if you guys have class info for the first class, we have the make mix. So George has kindly show you guys.
He walked out, guys.
Oh, you can fly. Oh, you can fly. Oh, Jesus.
Here.
Whoa.
We have the first photo. Why is it wonky, George? Of course it's wonky, I'm George. But yeah, I'm gonna give you guys make a pen, so you can follow on me.
Sorry, come and move the finger.
I want to build
Oh,
a
yeah.
chandelier.
Okay.
There we go. I got it.
So,
I
wait,
got
what?
it. I got it. Chandelier time. Speed run.
It wasn't
Guys, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Speed
Guys.
run the chandelier. Gets to make. As soon as he gets to make the pen out,
I'm scared.
Chandelier time, baby.
Oh.
I'm scared.
Okay, so let's start. Alright, Dan, can I... Actually, wait, you can have it, I don't care. Yeah, so,
Actually, no, I don't want
I'm gonna start with... Let's move that out of the way. I'm gonna start with the first, so the modes are these, basically, the edit, rotate, wait, is this person...
Who just joined?
Is everybody?
I don't know.
You must be late.
He's
be
late. He's
Oh,
late.
oh, okay.
Bye.
I don't think...
Literally saw him like walk through the door and just disappear.
He was a level 1. So
Okay, so for modes we have edit and all those. I'm gonna be going through them one by one, starting from edit. Edit, you can basically edit a shape. So let's say I have 2 cubes, and if I go on my pen and grab one of them, I can basically move both of them at the same time. But if I go into edit mode, so press an edit and then right click, or not right click, but you know what I mean. I click on my cube. I can then move the objects separately, so I can basically edit them to whatever I want. And then once I'm done, I can move them both at the same time, so that's pretty cool. So that's the edit tool. After that, we have the create tool. The tool is basically what it means. It creates objects. If you press on the create tool, a palette is going to open up, which is going to give you the option to choose between shapes, materials, colors, gadgets, props, and mentions, and everything that is on the palette. So if I press on create right now, and let's say use a hemisphere, I can basically create a hemisphere. And of course works the same for the gadgets, props, and inventions. Alright, that's creating the tool, pretty self-explanatory. It makes you select object. You know, I can select this, and it's going to say an option thing. And a cool thing that you can do with selecting shapes is, let's say you have 2 shapes, and they're both different shapes. So this one is its own thing, and this one is its own thing. Okay. Alright, so yeah, both of them are different shapes. Now select tool, if you press on select, and then select both of these, or if you, it doesn't matter if it's more than 2, as long as you select at least 2 objects, you're going to see this options button pop up. If you press the option button, it's going to give you the option to choose merge shapes. If you press that, you can pretty much merge the 2 shapes together, so they're both contained. Now, a good tip, try and use as much as you can during in your rooms, because it saves a lot of ink, and I will be getting into that. Well, not me, but our teacher's going to be getting into that later. But yeah, try and merge everything in your rooms to save ink. Alright, so that is the select tool. Now we have the move tool. The move tool, it basically allows you to move objects wherever you want to move. If you, right now, move it wherever I want. But to move it on a specific axis, I select on my object, and then the green arrow going up and down. Yeah, he's in class.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Harty's
just
in
a
the
bit late.
class, yeah.
Yeah, he had to update his game last time.
There.
Yeah, welcome.
I have my seat now.
Okay, yeah, as I was saying, the move tool allows you to move objects on specific axes, so this is the y-axes, you've got, I don't know what this one is, I don't know what that one is, I'm just confused. But yeah, you've got these, and you've got the 2D squares. These basically allow you to move them on... Oh, someone's too big.
Oh no!
I fell out.
Yeah,
Ah!
I got rid of it. It's okay. I got rid of it.
Alright. Yeah, so that's the move tool. You can mess around
Right,
with
no
that.
messing around.
What was that?
Now we have the rotate tool. The rotate
Fresh,
tool
what are you
is the
doing?
same as the move tool, but it basically allows you to rotate an object. Wait, what am I selecting? Huh?
Whoa.
That's weird. I can't see the arrows. So yeah, if you guys press on the rotate button and then press on your object, you're gonna see. Oh, it's because it's my pivot. Yeah, you can see. The green, blue, and red squares. These basically allow you to rotate an object depending on the direction it's facing. And yeah, just like the move tool. Alright, now we have the scale tool. The scale tool is, so without going to edit mode, if you try scaling an object, it basically scales its whole mass, its whole size.
Whoa.
That's what scaling is. But if you go into edit mode, by clicking your object and then hitting scale, you can kind of extrude the sides like this. So you can see like a manipulate tool for those who know what that is. We'll get into that later. Alright, now for the wire tool. For the wire tool, this is all the gadgets, but I will quickly explain what these do. So let's say I have a toggle button. Now, you don't have to follow along with this, I just want to show you what they can actually do, what the wire tool can actually do.
Where's the wire?
Alright, Fresh, no CV2 please. We can leave that for later. Yeah, you can build, just no gadgets for now. Alright, yeah, so for the gadgets right now, you can see that they both have pins.
Oh, shoot.
And let's say I want to make it so that if I toggle this button, it's going to turn on the light, and if I turn off, yeah, what's up?
That isn't frozen. I accidentally deleted it. But I put it back.
What is?
The picture.
Oh, the photo? Okay, yeah, just let go of it. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, can we stop messing around, please?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah, so the wire tool, let me scale this up so you guys can see what I'm doing. Hold on.
Button.
Oh, looks like I can't use...
This is why I got it,
I
yeah.
can't scale light bulbs. Okay, fine. So I've got the toggle button. If I add the current toggle value, you don't have to know this now, but I just want to show you what the wire tool is. I basically made it so that if I turn the toggle button on, it turns the light on. Toggle light on, it's off. With using the wire tool. Okay. Now moving on to the configure tool. Now before we move on to this, this is where it gets kind of confusing. Not really confusing for those listeners. It's not that confusing. But any questions so
What the fuck?
Okay, good. Hearty seems to be writing something. Alright, I'm just going to move on. So, the configure tool. The configure tool allows you to configure objects and gadgets and inventions. So, yeah, that's fine. Okay. So, let's say I have this cube. You can clearly see... Actually, wait, I'm gonna say that later. But if I press on it with the configure tool, you can see that there's shape settings and basic settings and useful settings. So the shape settings, basically the physics mode, you can change between decoration, environment, physical, and sticky. And then you've got a base settings to make it grabbable, climbable, supports wall run, and all these other things that you can mess around with. And of course, you've got the tab important for gadgets. They're really important for gadgets actually, and it, again, depends on what you're trying to do. But I'm gonna just what the physics mode does. So right now you guys can clearly see that this object, oh wait. Oh. Someone's selecting it. Okay. Alright, but you guys can see that I can clearly interact with this object. I have physics. You know, I can place my make pin on it. Well, not I have physics, but you know what I'm talking about. It has collisions and everything. Okay, can we please stop this? Otherwise I'm gonna have to take away your make pen.
No.
Alright, so, yeah, so on environment, the physics mode sets an environment for every makepen object you make. Makepen object is basically any shape you create, and you can basically, it basically has collisions but no physics. So if I go to configure, oh, he's a good, don't worry about him.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, physics mode, if I configure it and go to the physics mode and change it something like physical and make it grabbable at the same time, it basically means it has physics. So collisions, it has everything that you'd expect a physical object to have, but it just has physics this time, which is pretty cool. But one thing about this is that it takes up a lot of ink than the others do. This is where the next part is involved as well, which is sticky. Sticky allows you to stick objects to your body. Like, for example, I can stick this cube to my hand, I can stick it to my head, I can stick it, yeah, anywhere I want. But try and not use this. You can just use costumes if you want. It's the thing, and it takes up less ink as well. So, yeah, that's just this way, using sticky object takes up a lot of ink. Now, moving to decorational objects. Decorational objects basically don't have collisions. So they're just like environmental objects, they don't have physics, they just don't have collisions. So you can't stand on them, you can't place objects on them, they're just there for decoration, just like the word decoration. So whenever you have, for example, trees in your game, or bushes, you can set those to decorational. That will also save ink. This mode, decorational mode, saves ink out of all the modes. So try and use this as much as you can, especially if you're making a lot of terrain. So for example, let's say you're making a lot of terrain for those who use tube. You can make a lot of terrain with, a lot of tubes around to make detailed. You can just make that decoration. I know you're not going to be able to stand on it, or it's not going to have collisions. You can just use invisible collisions in the gadgets section, and then objects. You can just use those as your collisions for your objects. But yeah, try and use decoration mode as much as you can. Okay, we're going to Alright, that's the configure tool. The clone tool, it basically allows you to clone any objects you want. If they are merged together, so if I merge all these three together, I can then clone the three of them all at once, which is a much faster way. Okay, moving on to the Recolor tool. Pretty self-explanatory. It allows you to recolor the material and color of the object. So let's say I want this to be a carpet. I choose the color red and choose the color carpet, and then just recolor it, and you can see that it changed to that color. And another cool thing that you can do is if you go ahead and select an object, it doesn't matter if you're in edit mode or not, but if you select it and then click on options, it's eyedropper option. Okay, who's doing that? Harry, are you doing that?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, can you put up? That's your last one.
It's on that now.
Alright, yeah. So, again, if you select an object, press on options.
Jammy's a nonce.
Huh?
Okay.
Harry, can you go back to your spot, please?
Can't.
Okay, yeah, he's not going to be able to join.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so in the options, when you select an object, you see the eyedropper tool. If you press on that, and then go to open palette, go to next to the colors and shapes. Yeah, I can hear you, Jamie.
I can't hear you. Let me leave and rejoin.
I can hear
Alright,
you,
yeah,
that
if you go to
helps.
the eyedropper tool next to colors, you can see the exact color and material of that object that you just eyedropped. So whenever I make another shape, which is like a sphere, a cube, I can basically do the same color. And let's say I change it to a red carpet, I can just go back to the eyedropper tool, select the same and get the original color that my carpet was. So you can do that, which is pretty neat. Okay, what else do we have? We have the freeze tool. It basically allows you to freeze objects. Let's say you have a physical object. It has physics, it has everything. But then you freeze it. So let me throw it and then freeze it. Oh, that failed. Alright, yeah, I freeze it. It's basically frozen mid-air. It doesn't have any collisions. Oh, it does have collisions. It didn't work yesterday. Alright, yeah. Collisions. It's just, they're frozen. You can't interact with it, you can't move it with the make pen. It's going to tell you make pen object is frozen. So, yeah. I don't know why anyone would use this, and we're gonna get into that when we get into the palette settings later. All right, now the delete tool, basically just what I've done. It allows you to delete an object, just like that. Get it out of your workspace. And then you've got the manipulator. So just like earlier, for the scale tool, in edit mode, it allows you to extrude the sides of any object. Same thing with the manipulate tool. If you press on an object with the manipulate tool, it automatically put you in edit mode, and then you can edit it, do whatever you want with it. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the tool. Oh yeah, and make convention. Because CV2 native content beta enabled in this room, we can't show you this, but I can explain what it does. If you press on convention, it's gonna tell you to pick the amount. It's gonna tell you to select the objects that you want to save as an invention, and then it is going to tell you to choose a name, and then a description, and then a photo, and then it's going to give you the option to publish it with tags. That's what that. Okay. Right. That's all the words. Any questions about any tool? Anything you'd like to know?
I've got a question.
Yeah.
What is the difference between the scale and the manipulate tool?
So the scale and the manipulate tool they're pretty much the same. Let's say I have a cube. If I press scale without edit mode, so if I'm not in edit mode and press scale and then select my object, and then choose one of the sides, it's going to scale the whole object as, 1. But if I go into edit mode, choose scale, and then choose the same side I scaled with, it's basically going to extrude that side. Now with manipulate, with manipulate it only allows you to extrude the sides, but you can't scale it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
There's no use. It's the same.
Yeah, there's a chandelier.
I don't think he needs this class. He's already a pro at building.
No, I'm far. No.
That's pretty cool.
He's a pro at building, but is he a pro at circuits?
True.
Exactly.
Not yet.
It is Game Design Academy.
I'm bad at circuits,
like
but
a
I think I'm decent at building. So,
I like it.
Alright, now moving on to the actions, which are done editing, undo, and redo. So, let me start with the done editing. You can see it down at the bottom left of your make pen face thing, whatever you want to call it. So let's say I'm in edit mode. This only works in edit mode. So I'm in edit mode, I'm editing my object, scaling it around, manipulating it. And then I can either drop my make pen and hold, and then you're going to see done edit shown on your screen, or I can just press the done editing to confirm that you have finished editing your object. Alright, now moving on to undo action. So the undo action, let's say you're doing something, and then you're like, oh, I accidentally moved it with my hand, and I want to put it back to the same spot it was in. I can just press on undo, and then it will bring it back. Same with all the others, so delete, same thing. Let's say recolor, same thing. It's for a single tool, you can undo. Sometimes it says undo failed, and by the way, there's no point of taking photos, George. It's not an event. Trunks can't see the photos. Okay, yeah, so that's the undo. Now for the redo, let's say you delete something, and then you pressed on undo, and then you're like, no, it looked better the way it was deleted. You can just press on redo, and it will redo the last thing that you have undone. Now that's it for the actions. Any questions? No? Okay. Oh, yeah.
Jimbob.
My game kept
Jimbob, have a
crashing.
question?
Huh?
I said my game kept crashing.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, if you want any explanation, maybe one can help, because we're not gonna have enough time to. I'm not gonna have enough time to redo. Yeah.
So, you know how... So, did you talk about, how, sometimes the maker pen will be stupid, and when you press undo, oh god.
Undo that, please. Yeah, just press on undo. The same thing I just. Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, you know how, sometimes it will say undo failed? How do you do that? How do you undo that? With, the coloring crayons and stuff like that?
So if it ever says undo failed, your only choice is, well, from what I know, is you can press on redo and then try undo again. If it keeps on, try that 3 to 5 times, and it keeps on saying, if it keeps on saying undo failed, then it's just an error in the game. You
Okay.
can't really do anything about it. Yeah. Okay, now moving on to the top part, which is open palette, snapping these two buttons. You can find those at the top of your maker pen, obviously. So let's start with the open palette. If you press it, it's going to open up your palette. I don't need to explain that really. For the snapping, let's say, if I have my snapping center off,
Mosquito.
and select the shape, I so for example, snapping center off, I can make my object create in whatever side I want. You know, it can be wonky. This is useful, especially in terrain. So if you're making natural looking floors or like walls, you'd want to use this. So let's say I have just to demonstrate. I'm gonna have dirt. So I'm gonna dirt and then choose the color dirt. I can make a cube, and then with snapping center off, I can kind of clone it, you know, give it a bit of that blocky look, and you can keep on doing that, and then in the end you're going to have some sort of your choice. Okay, yeah, that's the snapping off. Now for surface, this is best shown with a wall, so let me just get a quick wall. Yeah, okay, so I have a wall over here, and I just pull out my tube, the tube shape, and then put my snapping to surface. You can, if you try that now, just get any sort of object and put on surface as your snapping. You're going to instantly see a difference with how it looks. So with surface, this is going to be useful for those who do outlines. You can kind of draw on the wall, so you can make a photo, you can print out a photo, and you can draw on the wall like this, the surface. You know, you can do whatever, and yeah. And let me use Jammy as an example here. I can on players as well, so I can draw on Jammy if I want to, just like that.
You've looked
Alright, that's the surface snapping. Now for the grid snapping. The grid snapping is, it's not that hard to understand, but for those who don't know what it is, you're gonna need like maybe a day to get used to it. It's not that hard to understand. So for grid, you know how when I was using off snapping, all my objects were kind of wonky looking like this. They're not perfect, they're not looking upwards. The way I can fix that is by grid. Now if you turn on grid, you can instantly see a difference with how your object looks. So I can then make an object like this that looks perfect, and as I make it, you can see that it kind of snaps into place. It's a grid that you make with. So yeah, that's cool. Alright, what else do I have? Oh yeah, that's pretty much it for the snapping. Any question about the snap tool? Nothing? Alright, nice. Okay, great. For these ones, I'll move to the screen later. Okay, for this button, let's say you have a one-key object like this, but then you want to make it look, you know, neat and straight. The way that you can do that is use up snapping and try and move it, make it look straight, which is obviously never going to be perfect. But if you use grid, okay, let me demonstrate this with grid. So right now it's wonky. If I have this setting turned off over here, and you use grid, you can set it's not snapping into place. Oh, it works.